Humans is like the reason Dash Shadow is largely out of the format.
Oh, we're back. Jared Nathan on Jeskai versus Luke Thies on Green White Company. Actual fair and grindy Magic gathering. It's honest, like Modern's in a healthy spot. It's so confusing. Do you not think Modern's in a good spot?
No, I think it's fine. I just think that saying fair and grindy matchups indicate that Modern's in a good spot isn't quite true. Like, I think combo decks are actually fine and kind of important to the format. If there weren't combo decks, then you could just
rephrase. There aren't any like oppressive decks in Modern.
Yeah,
nice.
It's a good spot to be in. Like, Humans is obnoxious, and like KCI I can understand being annoying to play against, but none of the decks are like too good.
Yeah, it's like Humans is close.
They're like kind of isn't really a best deck right now.
I know. Like, Humans is really easy to beat if you have a game plan, but it's just the rock, paper, scissors format. But anyways, looks like Jared is not in turns.
Yeah.
But is on a mold of 6.
So this looks like a keep pretty easily.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Fluttered Strand, Island, spells.
All I saw was...
he can't cast Helix with this hand, which is a little
I thought that was
tough.
a basic planes.
No.
I was just like, oh, so Jared's just going to die. Which is fine. Turn 1 bird from Luke.
Well, that's hard
probably going to land into turn 2 something.
Just bolt. Okay. That's fine. Oh, I like that. Yeah, he's playing the... Oh, what is that?
What's up?
Eternal Masters Lightning Bolt? Iconic Masters Lightning Bolt. I think that's my. I think that's like my favorite modern bolt. I like the M watermark. Master 25.
So, what land did Jared play on turn 1?
The Dyson View.
Hellfun. Or Flip Strand.
Yeah, I guess we save it.
He did. Well, he scryed to the top. So you don't want to fetch. He needed the steam vents.
To the bottom.
No, I think he left steam vents on top.
So this is really... What's Jared going to do here? So he's probably going to kill this stupid voice on his turn, which is the correct thing to do. But it's actually going to be really annoying.
It feels terrible.
Luke can... Is he really passing?
Yeah.
Is Jared on the Terminus plan?
He can't Terminus until turn 6.
That's fine. Luke can't do anything.
Yeah, I guess he can't. He doesn't really die very fast.
It's like, whatever.
He's also... But he's not guaranteed to hit his land drops up to that point. This Soul Spirit's kind of annoying.
He kind of is, I guess. So Jared's actually doing the right thing here, I feel like. So the chances of him just drawing you to his 6th land naturally, I don't like that.
Yeah, I think he should have tapped. I think he should have gone like tap Sacred Foundry, kill something, and then next turn he can Teferi.
Like, there's no reason to not save yourself 2 damage and then just like...
Yeah, I don't understand playing the island there.
Helix something this turn. Like, I think he realized he messed up there.
I probably would have killed it. Yeah, I think I would have gone Sacred Foundry, killed the Silver Spirit.
Like,
alleviate as much pressure as you can from the Teferi.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really don't want to see Luke overextend here. Like, he's absolutely fine with just jumping for 4.
Well, you can just, like, play land, hold up company. Does he have company? He does. Okay. So I probably would have just gone fetch land, hold up company, but this is also
yeah,
if this doesn't get countered, it's also fine.
Because, like, regardless, you're just recovering, right? Like, ideally, you're going to cast Collected Company when your opponent's tapped out on your opponent's turn. But, like, buying back his board, you know, is just equally as fine. I'm going to yell at Luke after this match, though, if he, like, cast Company into Terminus mana.
No. Yeah. If he's doing this, then he shouldn't cast Company until he sees a Wrath.
Oh, yeah, like, that just feels so bad. Like, we could have saved so much damage by playing the Sacred Foundry last turn.
Well, what would have happened if we did my line last turn?
What was your line? Helix?
Helix, Selfless Spirit, play Sacred Foundry, and then this turn usually play Teferi.
It opens the pathway to, like, drawing off other removal spells. Also, like...
Teferi would also just instantly die to this board, so that'd be kind of rough.
That's fine. I think that's what... What? What's happening?
Because, like, fetching plays casting Teferi or something. Fetching out.
Sure. What? No. Jared's... Is Island fine? I mean, we do have a Sacred Foundry.
Yeah, Sacred Foundry covers your 2nd red, and you don't need that much white.
Yeah.
No, I know he doesn't have it in hand.
Double white's probably fine in the game.
I mean,
why cast Teferi here?
So that he doesn't lose as much life because he can turn Terminus. I think that's the rationale.
So if we're thinking ahead, like...
Only a UC grad student. That doesn't really count.
Oh, is he just passing?
What?
Is his plan to Helix the... No, okay, he's casting it now.
Okay, that's also fine.
Yeah, so this is gonna save him 5 points of life.
Are
Unless
you
it
really
tucks
drawing
something.
a card?
Why wouldn't you? You're gonna terminus next turn. So I guess tucking the 3/2 makes it so that another Fitzland doesn't draw 2.
Actually, no. I think we do actually make Luke commit to it. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Because you get to end step Helix, whatever, if you really want to. It makes Luke
Oh, you can also
commit,
Helix the 3/2 now. Yeah, so yeah, it's not even guaranteed dead because you can just kill the tracker right now.
right?
Kill it in response to the fetch land?
What's happening? Please, no.
That's unfortunate.
I don't know. I like hate it, right? Because it feels like such a high and mighty thing to say, but I don't understand how like tiny stuff like that goes over people's heads. I mean, like, it doesn't matter because
I mean, he probably wasn't thinking
he's just
of
gonna
it.
sacrifice the selfless spirit. But I don't know. I
think his plan here was probably to like Helix that inside of combat to save Teferi so that his opponent isn't aware. Right, because the token doesn't particularly... Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm just being bad.
Well, yeah, no, he can sack 2 clues to save it. This is actually pointless. Yeah, I think he just didn't think about it very hard.
I don't know. It's like fine.
So now Teferi's just dead.
Maybe I don't know.
Unless he didn't go to the head. Yeah, okay.
I just didn't know if you were done with combat.
Like, I think making Luke commit to the Teferi is fine, but
I think the timing at which he Helix was just
if we
disgusting.
tuck something like the Voice of Resurgence, or ideally the Selfless Spirit, right? So we can pick something off. Then we just get to Helix whatever else. Luke is stuck with one creature, probably Voice of Resurgence, because if...
But you wouldn't be
like-
able to Helix something else in the same turn.
Oh, you're right.
Because the
What
untap
am I-
comes from the plus.
What am I thinking? I'm like thinking like
yeah.
very backwards and like jumbly. I don't know why.
So I think his line was fine, except that he didn't Helix the tracker in his own end step. I think he should have done it then.
Like Selfless Spirit does make things really awkward.
Selfless Spirit does make things pretty awkward.
Like, this is the ideal board to have against the control deck.
And then Terminus is just gonna...
Mess up his day, and then Luke's gonna
And then we're gonna cast Electric
play.
Company.
Well, what did he draw off of the clues?
Path.
Ew.
That's real bad.
That's really bad.
So next turn he can break a clue and cast Company. Which is...
Hopefully we just get a stupid creature off the top. It'd be really nice. Do we just, well, I guess it works both ways.
This resolves.
So this resolves, everything goes to the bottom, we'll order it in some fashion, see what we draw. Something super valuably, like Kitchen Finks would be great. The Tireless Tracker or Night, whatever. Otherwise we can just fire off Collected Company and see what we get. Then
Yeah, you
we
may
have
face it
like
to play Iron
3
Cutter.
cards to recover. Oh, that looks rough. Bird, Courser.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
Indeed.
You could do a lot better.
And we haven't played a land yet, right?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Courser's kind of fine,
okay.
but it's like not
It's not that threatening.
the best thing in the world.
Like, I think you want to be pressuring Jeskai's life total more than getting a land drop.
I don't know. It's just like...
Although his hand
Clearance
doesn't do
draws are also
anything.
actually really weird, so...
He just has land.
Sacred Foundry and something.
I don't know what the second card is.
Jared visibly flicking his cards faster as he's getting nervous.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a kind of rough spot now.
Yeah, I guess.
If he doesn't draw Terminus, then...
Oh no.
Well, even if it does
I
draw
mean,
Terminus,
Luke
his opponent
is
can recover.
drawing more cards than the control deck. So
Yeah, he needs like Search and Terminus or Teferi and Terminus to get back into this, I think.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Terminus off the top?
Uh,
I don't like that.
Yeah, I
That
don't
is
think you need
really
to play
far.
Dews. I think you wanted to hold Dews so that you can rebuild after a Terminus if it happens. Because like
Definitely.
Terminus is like the only way you lose.
I almost say we just
Well,
oh, that's pretty good.
is that third card of Planes? I literally cannot
Sacred
tell.
Foundry, Steam Vents, and something?
Mystery card. Yeah, I think it's a Plane.
That's a really... Oh, God.
I guess this calling
Gross.
blocking is a little bit awkward. Oh, he has infinite paths in hand. I forgot about those.
Infinite paths.
And by infinite, I mean 2,
It's fine.
but more than it wants.
Yay.
Why do you fetch it?
Here.
I guess you fetch a basic so that you can break clue without having to pay 2.
Right. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, like, Luke doesn't need the extra green mana, so it's whatever. Ah, Luke, you can do this, I promise. Sick. Please don't play. So what do you feel? How do you feel about, like, drawing cards off the top like that?
Like what?
So, like, if you know Knight's on top right, and you're just getting it next turn, would you, like, crack the clue then and there? Or just draw the Knight and then see how things play out?
Depends on if you're gonna spend any mana. Yeah, if you're not planning to extend more to the board, which I think you shouldn't, then I think.
Yeah, there's like no point in cracking the clue.
Yeah, I guess
there,
just drawing is better. I hadn't thought about it, but I think you're right.
Like, no, I'm literally asking. I have no idea what's right there because I get in that situation all the time. Like when I'm playing these kinds of decks, like Green White Company, it's like, I feel like saving less for as long as humanly possible is great. That must feel great for Luke. It's like, cool, nice calling it.
I think you probably want to hold on to the.
Oh wow, Jared just screwed him up. That was premature.
Yeah. If he didn't draw, I think literally terminus that turn, he was actually dead. But
yeah, but you always check.
Yeah, you should always check.
Well, that plus, I mean,
Unless you just don't want to take a win that way.
Yeah, but that's fine. But whatever. All right, so what do we see?
So out of the Jeskai sideboard, if they have anger, you bring that in, obvious.
Then
Yeah. Then
does this guy play Keranos nowadays?
on rare occasion will be one.
That's just my favorite card in Modern, and I wanted to make a comeback.
Keranos is pretty sweet.
Keranos is the sweetest until you accidentally turn it on one time, and then it gets passed, and then you lose the game.
I own one Keranos that Connor's been borrowing for months despite never playing it. But I have a Keranos.
That's really confusing.
He just has it for some reason.
You should just steal it back.
I mean, I'm not using it. He, in theory, might sideboard it in Sahili.
That's pretty reasonable, to be honest.
I mean, it's not reasonable at all, but it's very funny.
Can't he just cast it on turn something?
2. You could also fetch
Can
it.
he? How does he cast? Oh, the insane Eldritch Evolution.
Well, the thing about that turn 2 kill is that it produces mana as you spend it. Right, like the 3/2s produce 3 mana when you cast them, they cost 3 mana. So you never actually really go plus mana.
You should have heard me the other night.
Yeah, I guess.
So you can play it turn 3, but you can also Eldritch Evolution for it.
Dude, that deck is so confusing to me. I don't know why.
The deck's so funny. It's a lot of fun to play. Like figuring out how to actually kill your opponent is kind of fun sometimes.
So what's the sequence to turn 2? So you go turn 1
so like turn 1 birds, turn 2 Cobra, fetch land, play Rallier, get back fetch land, play second Rallier, get back fetch land, Eldritch Evolution the first Rallier for Felidar Guardian, blink the second Rallier, get back fetch land, Eldritch Evolution the second Rallier for Kiki Chiki. You go infinite with Guardian Kiki.
That's an insane sequence of cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 out of the 8 cards available to you if you run the play.
That seems loose. What are? How probable is that mathematically? How hard would that be to work out on paper?
I mean, the calculation's probably not that hard, but I'm lazy and not very good at probability.
Statistics.
It's like one of my least favorite math classes.
God.
Extremely unlikely, but somehow Connor's done it.
Whatever. It's fine. I mean, everyone's lived the dream.
I haven't.
Ever?
Blue White doesn't have a dream to live. It's like what? Turn 1 Serum Visions, turn 2 search for his cat, your opponent never casts a spell.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
Pretty much. I guess. Control is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna 1-for-1 my opponent carelessly.
Yeah, the dream is that your opponent plays double Goyf on turn 4 and you wrath their board and they never cast another spell.
Do you remember the standard blue white control deck from yesterday?
Even Flock?
Yeah, that deck was so good. You could literally just autopilot the deck with no thought to the timing of your spells. So you just literally play everything on curve and you'll still win. It just didn't matter.
It was pretty, yeah. That deck was so sick.
Just 4 Quicken and 4 Planar Cleansing.
4 Quicken, 4 Supreme Verdict, 4 Planar Cleansing.
Who in the world? How do you...
I don't know how you actually build that deck and be confident enough in your ability as a Magic player to play it.
Yeah, I can do this.
It's so off the wall.
Like, have you ever quickened the Planar Cleansing? Oh my god.
That sounds
It's
disgusting.
the best feeling on the face of the planet. Yeah, Quicken, draw a card, planar cleansing.
Your opponent just loses the game on the
It's
spot.
like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. No one's happy about that.
I'd be happy about it.
No opponent is ever happy about that. You're never praised for quickening.
He played
planar
Flooded
cleansing.
Strand.
It's just like, this piece of shit's playing freaking quicken, no planar cleansing. Gosh. Oh,
Because this bird's
that
like,
shock.
do you think something like
I'm calling up.
Mana?
he has lightning bolt in hand?
I'm calling up.
There's no way you opt here. Bolt a bird. That's like the first thing you learn when you play Magic.
Oh. Oh.
Do you think Peak is like good enough as a cantrip for Jeskai or Blue Eyed?
He's very dead. So that's a bump.
Isn't it just kind? I don't know. I don't think it's better or worse than opt.
I think Opt is like. I think Opt has really shown us that there's not a lower bound to how bad your cantrips can be. Like they can be arbitrarily bad. You'll
It's
still
just
play
like,
them.
yeah, I just want another card.
Yeah.
I mean, like opt. I don't know.
Like
It's
the
a hard
information.
one.
The information doesn't seem like it's that much worse than Scry 1. I guess Opt is better at hitting Terminus, but
Like you don't really need the information, do you?
it's pretty nice for how to sequence your counter magic and what to actually kill with removal and when to like Wrath.
Yeah, but that becomes so intuitive. Like when you play a lot of control deck, right?
Yeah.
Or control decks, right?
I guess. But like sometimes you make the decision wrong because they have more threats than you thought they did.
Sure,
So you just
sure,
don't.
sure.
So you just Wrath too early.
I don't know. I'd rather have the consistency of up, to be honest.
I guess it's fair.
Like
kinda wanna-
digging 2 cards potentially and then drawing another card on your turn is really good.
I kind of want to play one Peak just because I think it'd be sweet.
I do miss playing Peak. What if we just had Gitaxian Perk back?
I've never actually cast Peak in my life. I own 2 of them just in case I ever play them, and I've never played them. I just really want
I
to.
like the no fear to fairy mana.
Yes, this is in response to the untap trigger.
Seems a little loose, but maybe Luke just whiffs complete. Oh, I see him.
That's not a whiff at all.
And a Lotus Cobra.
I
What?
didn't know he played Lotus Cobra.
What's happening?
So untap the 2 lands. I think you already announced the trigger, so you can't miss anymore.
Before anything else goes.
Oh, that's
he has
good.
Bolt and he should have untapped 2 red lands since he has second Bolt. No.
No, what are you doing?
He untapped the wrong land, so he didn't really have a choice.
Not the end of the world.
He should have untapped Mountain, Steam Ends, and then Bolt Bolted.
Oh, I didn't know he had the Volt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
that's kind of a misstep. I hope Luke punishes that with like Fetch Knight to deal with it. Although Teferi just beats Knight.
Yeah, Teferi in play makes this game
Get a land.
pretty bad for Luke.
Yeah, Luke's gonna have a tough time getting out of this one. Beating Resolve Teferi on an empty board is just.
Untapping with a Planeswalker is generally really good. Teferi is like one of the hardest Planeswalkers to kill.
Spirit of the Labyrinth? Really?
Interesting. I mean, that like nominally answers Teferi, right? The card draw doesn't happen.
Kinda.
It doesn't seem anywhere near actually being good,
I
but
don't know, but it's a 1 toughness thingy against a deck that kills
Is it one?
everything.
is it 1 toughness? Is it a 3/1?
3/1, I think.
Okay.
As opposed to, you know, a 1/4.
Yeah, Eidolon of Rhetoric.
Oh, my leg's cramping and I don't know why. Ow, ow. 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 Oh my gosh.
So-
This is how much exercise I get.
Do you really minus the Teferi there? I feel like you didn't need to.
I don't know why we're minusing the Teferi. Just draw a card.
Yeah, he can kill the Selfless Spirit, so it's like not terrible, but I feel like that was completely unnecessary.
Jared is showing a bit of inexperience with the deck here. Like, if you plus the fairy, Luke has to swing at it.
He also can't kill it. Doesn't really matter.
I feel like Jared's just throwing cards out when he doesn't need to.
Well, Teferi generates a lot of cards, so it's not. Like, he's probably still ahead just because Teferi's generates that much value.
And Tech Edge.
Second Teferi?
Do we actually have to?
He could plus Teferi, play second Teferi, tuck.
That's really funny. You actually have to do that too, because you can't like pass.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but it just becomes an issue. That's a little deep.
Do I want to do that though?
Like, what are you thinking? Is fine. You draw a card.
You
It's
100%
probably
do
something
this.
insane.
Okay, well,
Like,
that's a lot.
play another Teferi, and you can just plus. And then tuck next turn if you want.
I mean, there's some chance that he tries to just block with Colonnade, which wouldn't work out, because I'm pretty sure Luke has Path in hand.
Like,
I don't know how many how many paths you're expecting to leave in the deck. So it's possible that blocking with Colonnade's a reasonable line to go for. And I think that's what he's doing.
like that. Yeah, that seems fine.
Oh, that's very confusing.
I don't like that. What? This is throwing me off so much.
Oh, there's a Tech Ed and a Ghost Quarter in play. Yeah, just dumb. Never mind. That Colonnade would not work.
Oh, we are dumb.
I forgot those cards were in the format.
Get back Coco.
Yeah, that seems great. I don't know what else to get back here.
I still don't know
What's hidden?
why we don't like play the other Teferi that turn.
Yeah, I think plus Teferi and then second Teferi took.
Like,
Shala is pretty
even
good.
if we missed the Ghost Quarter Tech Etch thing, like,
I mean, I still wouldn't have done that, probably. I think I would have tucked the Teferi instead of trying to block with Colonnade, because it feels safer. But, yeah, I don't know.
Tempest is... No, like, so, if we're doing nothing, then why not play the Teferi?
Yeah, exactly. Like, he just didn't spend any of his mana that turn.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you just
And his Teferi
lost
just
the
died.
best Planeswalker in Modern.
This board state, like, after he casts his Teferi, which I'm sure he'll do, the only difference is that...
Jared's the kind of guy that draws Terminus, shuffles it through his hand,
And
then
just cast it for 6. Yeah, so this board state would be different in that this Teferi would be able to plus this turn, instead of being forced to not do that.
If I'm Luke...
I mean, you just company and separate. Also, he tapped.
I
wrong.
don't know why I'm thinking about it, but like...
He should have left out Steam Vent's Hallowed Fountain instead of Island Hallowed Fountain. That actually matters because I think he has a Helix in hand.
He does have a Helix in hand.
So this can't hit Shalai.
I see Courser...
Yeah, I don't really like the way Jared's been playing. Is it just double Courser? No, it's Courser Knight.
That's
Okay.
pretty good.
Courser, Excavator, Knight. Was there an Excavator there? Whatever. He gets Courser, Knight. These are both really hard for Jared to deal with.
Oh no, I don't...
Top card should be revealed as he makes this decision. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty funny.
Jared, you're dead, my guy.
Oh yeah, this game is...
I don't know. See, I
not
always
literally
feel
dead.
bad saying that. Like,
Terminus could get him out of it.
no,
There's like a-
no. Tempest Prime said, "Is Jared a new player?" Because I don't know.
No, I've
it
seen
just,
him. I've seen him around a lot. I think I've never seen him play Jeskai before.
I don't understand how like all these tiny things never click with some people. You know, like the turn where Jared like left up Hollowed Fountain Steam Vent.
Yeah, I don't know how you tap the wrong mana here. Like that's a pretty obvious mistake.
Yeah, it's just like, why would you path something you can bolt?
Yeah,
Like, I don't get that.
pass just like a better card.
Like, just things like that add up a lot.
Do you cast these? I guess there's no real reason not to. Is the opponent empty-handed? Yeah, Jared has 0 cards. Okay.
Like, if I'm Luke, I just start ghost scoring Jared out of the game.
I mean, you have no way to recur the Rocher, so you're not really ghost courting him out of the game. Unless
Oh, wait, I thought he had a Ramanop Excavator.
No, that's an Azusa.
Someone typed
Ooh,
Ramanop
why didn't
Excavator
he-
somewhere. What's up?
Why didn't he play the 3/2
I don't know.
before
Luke's
playing
not
land?
looking at the top card. What's happening?
Flip the top card. Yeah, okay, so that was real questionable.
I wonder what you boarded in. I wonder what board it is.
He can ghost quarter himself to get a clue if he really wants.
I don't know. Whenever I'm playing against Control, I always err on the side of like grinding them out of the freaking game. Like before blocks, tech edge, wee.
Yep.
I like that. I don't know if Luke's thinking it, but saving the ghost quarter for like a clue activation off of
Yeah.
Timeless Checker or something.
Ghost quarter is better to not activate and also better to have in play, I think. Just in general.
I thought that was a verdict. The timely reinforcements is timely though.
Eh,
It was timely reinforcements. Reinforcements, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what that is. It's still not that good.
It's okay.
It just saves them some life.
We dig here, right? We don't want the spike feeder.
Yeah, the spike feed is not doing anything. I think I'd probably ghost quarter my own Temple Garden. Or Plains.
Planes, yeah.
I forgot that you could hit basics. So yeah, just Ghost Quarter your own planes. Get a clue. You can even crack the clue right now.
Well, I don't really care about Celestial Colony too much. Like, I guess we save the Ghost Quarter and leave Spike Feeder on top, but the odds of drawing another land or, like, anything better than Spike Feeder is, like, really high here.
This is really awkward. He missed a clue last turn, too, which makes this whole thing. Yeah, he played land off the top and then cast Tracker.
I don't get it. Like, there's a saying that Magic's a really hard game, and it is, right?
Yeah, but that was just obvious. That was like, a clear decision.
Number of lands.
Magic. I feel like Magic's only a hard game when you're missing tons of triggers. Like, macro gaming Magic is really difficult. Like, it's not on the same level as that's hilarious. Robin Optics, Excavator on top.
Okay, so
on the same level as something like chess, but like managing your micro decisions is such a small part of the game.
Yeah, mechanical decisions in Magic like aren't that hard actually, and people still mess it up pretty frequently. Do you play land from the top? I guess you probably play land from the top and then play Ghost Quarter because you have 3 land drops.
Whee!
Oh, he
Play
can
that,
play.
see what's on top.
He hasn't actually played a land this turn, so we can play 2 more.
Is that true?
Play that.
Second land drop for turn.
Is he missing his clues? No, he's kind of amongst hands. So play the Ghost Quarter from the yard.
Okay.
Or Tech Edge, it doesn't particularly matter. And then that's your 3rd clue.
Tech Edge, correct. Remember your clue, Luke. Please. Thank you. Tech Edge is the correct decision there. I like that a lot. Heads up.
23? Something like that.
Like, some things I understand. Ooh, somebody cheering us on. Tempest Prime cheering for 100 bits. Thank you, Tempest. We appreciate that. You should use those points to enter a giveaway for a T-shirt.
I don't think Ghost Quarter is just worse than Tech Edge because it lets you make.
Yeah, it's more mana efficient, right? You can see more clues.
It lets you make the clue play.
But I just mean like something like. So technically,
you're probably Tech Edge in the Colonnade, but having a Ghost Quarter in play lets you blow up your own lands to get clues and shuffle.
I don't know. I guess, but like thinking about that is something a lot of people wouldn't do, right? They would just automatically default to one or the other.
Yeah.
Which is like, I understand that, like, that's a really small thing. But when you're able to approach different situations, not only in, like, Magic, but anything, really, it just, like, opens up so many possibilities for you.
I don't know about playing that.
What's up?
The Spike Feeder.
The Excavator?
Spike Feeder.
Oh.
I don't think you needed to play that.
Don't we just save that for
Post-Wrath.
Angel? Or Post-Wrath?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, either one. It's not doing anything. Does he have, I guess, does it give him lethal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12?
Yeah, if you want to enter the giveaway. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. It's
Okay, so this actually gives him lethal next turn, I suppose.
Is it lethal next turn?
Yeah, if nothing happens. He can break 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Yeah, he can break 4 clues, and then he has exactly 15 power.
Okay.
I believe.
Gosh. Jason's a little annoying, but whatever. More cheers?
What does he keep in hand?
I feel so loved. Thank you so much.
He probably keeps Snap in hand.
You have such a wonderful audience.
I don't remember what.
I am kind of surprised we haven't seen Terminus, though, this game. I don't think we have it.
Well, this isn't a full Miracles build, and he isn't necessarily playing 4.
Like,
sometimes you play like 2.
Go to 22.
Do you ever get asked by, like, random people, like, how to get better at Magic, or see that online?
No. That's the thing that happens a lot
like
in Melee.
Like, people asking pros or something?
No, I don't see that very much. I think a lot of the time in Magic, it's just really hard to determine what you're actually doing wrong, because there are just so many decision points, and it's really easy to miss some of them.
Right.
So I think that's the main issue, is you're just not paying attention. Usually if you're doing poorly, it's just because you're not paying attention, I think.
I think that's probably, like, the hardest question to
Yeah, it's really not
answer.
straightforward.
Like, first off, you can't answer that question until you see someone play, because until you watch somebody play, you, like, don't understand how they think about the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's, like... So...
First, I'm going to play land.
In a lot of ways, just because people think about something differently doesn't mean that's better or worse. But I feel like Magic is one of those things where that only applies to a certain point.
Did he just miss a clue trigger?
Did he?
He might have. Oh, this Elspeth's disgusting. So do you... I guess without the 4th glue, he doesn't have lethal, so you probably have to try to kill the Jace.
Wait, does Jared have no cards in hand?
No, he has 1.
Oh, okay.
After the Jace Brainstorm last turn.
Is that like a perfect shade of black? Or is he just holding the card off to the side?
Am I an idiot, or did he actually miss a clue trigger?
Hashtag miss all trigger.
I think he missed a clue trigger when he played the fetch land, but I'm not certain.
I don't know. Like, everyone makes mistakes, but like when you're making like 10 mistakes a game, like, come on.
He needs to actually sacrifice that clue.
There we go.
Clue?
Please.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think he...
Is that dice representative of clues?
Stole my main phase.
The clue token is representative of the clues.
Ah, never mind. I saw him turn that die below his life total, but then I realized that was a life total.
The die was representing clue tokens, but...
Move to my combat.
I was just like, sleight
No,
of
he has one
hand?
Snap. Yep.
Snap?
I don't know what you're snapping here. Is there a path in the yard? Okay. Targeting...
Magic tracker.
Luke, you better fetch in response to this. Oh no.
So now that you know you don't have
What?
lethal... Now that you know you don't have lethal, I think you have to try to kill a Jace, right?
You absolutely have to kill the Jace. You can never leave that planeswalker in play. It's so good.
Yeah, I also don't know why he didn't fetch there. What? Oh, he is searching for the path. Yeah, he had more fetchable lands, too.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And it's like
So
his
then
life
just-
total is irrelevant. Let's call
He's also
it
at
and
24,
kill you
doesn't
over
matter.
4 to 5 turns.
Let's go burn spells.
I was excited that you
We're
were
supposed to-
Yeah, but
Yeah, there's no way he's killing you fast enough for this to matter.
you know what I mean. Yeah, I agree, Tempest. This match is a little sloppy.
Like, you're never running out of lands.
Table, why are you pathing snap?
Pat 23.
What the heck?
Are you never... I guess you might not ever be pathing anything else. So it might not be a huge deal, and this makes it easier to kill
Does he have
Jace.
another answer for Celestial Colonnade? Like, I
there
understand
not a ghost
wanting to get
Is there not a Ghost Quarter in play?
Jace off board.
Let's let him kill Jace without having to lose the Azusa. Does he not have a Ghost Quarter or Tech Edge in play? I thought he did.
I'm at 11, and you died. And go ahead.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Jared really messed up the early game, I feel
That
like,
Teferi sequence is
really
like a-
badly.
The Teferi
And
sequence, I
then
think, is a huge
Luke
deal.
is just... Remember your triggers, Luke. Luke isn't even doing anything blatantly wrong besides forgetting his triggers.
Yeah, I think he's like overcommitted into Wrath twice, but those were arguable decisions. This one set up lethal if nothing happened, which is okay.
Like, that's what's always weird about Magic, right? Like, overcommitting to Wraths is, like,
I don't really want this guy.
either the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, it's like kind of a weird decision. It's very easy to...
Like, that's one of those things where it's just a difference in opinion, and nothing's, like, strictly better or worse.
It's also like deeply context dependent.
Yeah. But, like,
So that's a
You
really
want
complicated
fun- you
question to
wanna do it
answer.
on camera. I want to do it
Or...
on camera. You're damn
Yeah,
right. I want
context
to do it on
is
camera.
important. Like, people forget all the time that you have to play your opponent and not just the game.
Yeah, like playing around Wrath, if your opponent has few cards, then you can play into Wrath because they probably won't have it. But if they have so few cards that you can't win unless they Wrath, then you don't want to play into it, and finding that distinction is kind of difficult.
Right.
And then like figuring out if you should try to overcommit because otherwise you can't win the game versus not overcommitting into Wrath is also kind of a complicated decision
So,
to make.
like, the best piece of advice I can ever give to people in general is, like, every deck can be a control deck, right? Like, if you understand the concept of, like, getting your opponent to tap
What do
out
we do? What
gets
do we
you
do at the next
something,
card?
And then
you
play
just
it.
play it. Yeah. Like, Milton Pet, I'm just going to assume that's
Just Milton Pell.
Thank you so much.
I think there's an article, Who's the Beatdown by Mike Flores. I think that's kind of just worth reading for anyone who likes Magic.
Yeah, Magic Theory is so fascinating. I know that's so nerdy and lame to say.
That's
But
like kind of how I started playing competitively. Is I read a bunch of Magic Theory articles.
yeah,
by
like,
Mike
the
Flores.
game is so deep. Like, especially once you learn, like...
Maybe. Maybe that's what we do here.
So, I didn't start thinking about this until, like, very far along into my time playing Magic, but there's some Travis Wu quote or article where it's just like, learn to play the player, not just the game. Because if you learn to outplay your opponent and not outplay your opponent's deck, then, yeah.
It's also a lot harder to do.
Right.
Like I generally just play the game mechanically, and that's sort of good enough.
So, like, this matchup is a really good example. So, what was that animation?
No clue.
What is that?
He hit Archangel Thing off of.
I just
That's
tapped my own
funny.
thing to shuffle it back in.
Matters. He's in a great spot.
This is
Be in a
up.
better
Path
spot.
my own courser?
Why is he pass? What? I'm so
What's
confused.
happening?
Shuffling the Archangel back in? I guess he's just trying to kill him.
What's
in a
happening?
cool way. I think Luke just has lethal and doesn't care. So he's just doing whatever.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, so he's trying to get an Archangel and play to kill him.
Oh, because yours is dead.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh, wait, that knight just
Yeah,
came
it doesn't
in.
have
Alright, I
haste.
gotta go my turn.
Can we watch another game? Tempest is so sassy.
Tempest is really not enjoying this.
I like Tempest.
Very medium Jeskai player.
Tempest is saying all the things I can't say. I don't know, but like this matchup is a really good example. So
I guess actually,
Luke had an option earlier when he had a tireless tracker. He cast Collected Company and took Knight of the Reliquary over Ramanop Excavator,
yeah, I thought that was
which
interesting.
seemed blatantly like raw.
Yeah, because the knight, well, the knight could still die to bullet, and the excavator was therefore not getting much back either.
Yeah, and he had tireless tracker.
I don't want to kill him, I want to combo.
Yeah, if he did, then yeah.
You just literally, I think he had tireless tracker in play, but either way, like a Zuza Ramanop Excavator is
Yeah, it's just disgusting.
impossible to beat.
Get a turn out of it. Sack knight. or
Oh, so he didn't have the game locked up.
What's going on?
He could still lose.
I don't care if
I thought Jared had 0 cards in hand, and that was why he was
I don't
okay with
care.
just
I
doing
don't care if I
whatever.
lose at this point. I just want
Yeah,
to
okay, no.
It's okay, it'll be over soon.
Asking someone if they.
I just want a combo.
I don't know. That's another thing I don't understand about Magic players. Like people that won't take or that like can't take criticism is really confusing.
I think-
in general, I mean.
Asking someone how they think they played a game that they obviously played poorly is kind of instructive too.
Yeah.
Do it.
Like there's always a constructive way to ask those questions. 6 mana for Elspeth.
Yeah, I mean this game's still hard to lose.
Yeah, this game's like, well,
Is that Tech Edge Runner? Can that fetch? Can that fetch anything?
can I touch anything?
I don't actually know.
I want to do
Whatever.
it so bad.
Is that a land off the top? Can Jared just be dead?
Do my math.
I'm gonna keep kind of.
Oh gosh.
Shock myself.
Why do you
Shocks.
shock?
Concede so you can't do
Okay,
it.
he's shocking.
Cheats, you please. That was a game of Magic, I guess.
Archangel Finn was lose the next turn. He couldn't have passed and let him go off. Ridiculous.
Jared, what a crappy guy.
wanted it so bad.
Oh my gosh, what did we just watch?
I'm so happy that I didn't let you get it.
Soon as
so you
a
can't-
football
Doesn't
time.
even matter that I lost.
Conceit, so you can't kill me.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, like,
The salt is real. That was the worst thing.
that was bad
It
Magic.
felt great.
That was,
Yeah, Jared,
That was-
Jared sequences lands wrong more than once, and then just like tap the wrong mana in 2 different ways.
yeah, and then just sequence,
And then also, yeah, he sequences spells
Terribly.
pretty poorly.
like,
The
very poorly.
like Teferi Legend rule play would have left him with a Teferi on 2 in play
He
having drawn a
could have
card.
drawn
and no 3/4.
4 or 5 extra cards that game. I think 4, I believe. Like, if we go plus on Teferi, the one turn he had Courser and Selfless Spirit, Teferi's on 5, you get another card after that, and then you can still play the other Teferi, which is really nice. But it's just
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
sorry about that. Jeskai.
I don't know.
Well, there's
But
no.
there's always rounds 4 and 5, aren't there?
I always want to watch like control pilots on stream because those
Yeah,
are
I
always fun.
love.
but
What's up, Phil Jones? How you doing?
I'm gonna give you guys some stage volume. How's that sound?
What's up?
Okay, I'm gonna give you some stage volume.
Hey, we're getting an audio mix. Yeah, I was wondering what was up. Don't you do like sound engineering for a living?
Professional.
Hey,
That's
it
exciting.
honestly is so freaking complicated, especially when you're mixing music. What's up?
Pretty well.
We're getting upset about
Yeah, I always wa-
watching the quality of play.
I
of
always want to
what's-
watch control players because it's my favorite archetype, and then the control players are always like not great.
It's
So
just like
What happened? I saw him like start freaking out there. I was like, okay.
I don't know.
He sequenced lands pretty poorly a lot, and then he also just like
What's up?
Are you getting any stage here?
I think
Oh, way too much.
yeah, there's a lot of
So you
echo.
are here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it
Tell
too.
me when it's good. I'm turning it down.
Okay.
What does the stage audio actually do?
They're probably talking pretty
I don't know what to hear. Why? You should hear this.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can hear better. should probably explain that we're correcting some audio difficulties.
Yeah. So our sound technician is correcting some audio stuff. I don't know what the issue is specifically, but that's what's happening. We could probably cut the stream, right, while this is happening.
Yeah, we can probably wrap while we fix our audio issues and can't talk.
Yeah.
We'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're done for the round. We need to get some audio stuff
Round
corrected.
4 soon.